hopefully actually cure it. So we're going to reduce speed while we deal with that, just to babysit the engines along. But it was so hot that the air filter on the engine melted, and so that load of smoke came out of the road. So it was just a great entertainment. So we've got a lovely sunrise. After anchoring overnight in Sicily, we still need to get fuel, we still need to get a diver, so we head over to a little island on the west coast of Sicily and anchor in the bay there. The problem with this is that it's a very, very busy tourist port, so there are ferries in and out there every 15-20 minutes, which makes it quite uncomfortable with the swell. So because of the swells, the owner decides that we're going to go further into the anchorage, which is great, except that it's a little bit shallow, so we end up running aground. Not too big a deal, because it's fairly sandy bottom. We finally get a diver down to clear the raw water intakes. He's going to clean the prop and sort the bow thruster at the same time. This is what happens if you don't clean the hull before you set off. So we just sent a diver down to clean the prop off, and it is very bad apparently. So he's just he's come back up with to deliver his scraper and pick up a wire brush to go down and finish off the job. So once he's done that, he'll do our bow thruster, and then hopefully we'll be good to get some fuel and get moving, because the wind is picking up. It's going to be a very dodgy anchorage this, I think, to stay overnight. I think we need to move maybe to the south of the island, because this is the wind is coming from the north, so if we go around the other side then we should be quite sheltered. So we shall see what the skipper says. Well, we didn't get any fuel, but we did need some provisions, so a quick trip into the town, which is really quite beautiful. I'd love to come back actually and spend a lot more time over in this neck of the woods. It looks very, very pretty. So we headed up to the co-op, which turned out to be pretty empty. Most of the shelves were empty, so we had a bit of a slim pickings in terms of provisions, but it just basically filled the larder for a short period. Saturday, to the south side of the island to a little bay called Castle. It's going to be coming straight over the mountain. So that's the castle. So the port that we were in before is sort of just the other side of which there. the wind is going to be coming straight in here. It's going to be gusting to about 40-50 knots. So we've come into here just a bit safer. There are rocks there, but there is a little headland over there, so we're just going to watch it. This is our anchorage for tonight. The sun has just gone down. So it's 8 AM. So we did get the wind through last night, but it wasn't as bad as forecast. But at 2 o'clock in the morning the anchor did drag. But once we reset it, it was alright. So still a bit of a restless night, but still not the worst, you know. So we still haven't picked up any fuel, but we need to carry on west, so we head over to Sardinia. And on the way, this little chap hitches a ride. You can just see him on the stern deck there, little sparrow, little Jack Sparrow. So this is Torre della Stella, south of the island, south of Sardinia. This is where we stayed last night. It's pretty. I did a video of all the lights last night because it was such a picturesque sight. They were all patterns. It was very nice. So we're heading now to get some fuel and get moving. So this should be our last sight of land for a couple of days, I think. So we just had the longest walk to the supermarket to get provisions, but they are delivering, which is a good thing. So we're going to sit here and have an ice cream now. Yeah, we're going to sit here and have an ice cream. Wouldn't believe there's a storm coming, would you? But there is. So, and it's going to put paid to our plans to get to Portugal in a timely manner. So we need to discuss that shortly. 7 o'clock on Wednesday morning. So we're now a week and a half in. We've just left Sardinia, heading across to Spain, and it's about a 400-mile passage, and we've done about 100 of it, I think, ish. Biggest problem we've got is that there is a storm forecast which will come in tomorrow, so we need to get underneath that and past it in order to get the wind coming behind us to push us into Spain. And if we get that, then we should be coasting in quite nicely. If we don't, it's going to be rather nasty. So we'll see. But then I'm out of time. I have to get back to work, so we're going to have to talk about what we do when we get to Spain. The new owners' sons, they apparently have got a week, so they could potentially take it the rest of the way. But I need to speak to the current owner and find out what his plans are, what he wants to do. So either way, it looks like as though we're going to basically be leaving the boat when we get to Spain. I've really got a lot of choice in that. So yeah. Well, this trip across to Spain just got worse, basically. We've been dealing with blocked toilets all the way across, flushing with fresh water at the owner's insistence. But now, because of the rough seas, the freshwater tanks have all the sediment in them disturbed, and it's blocked one of the showers that is used to clean the toilets. So that's now permanently on, which means we've had to turn the fresh water off. So now we've got no water, we've got no toilets, and the boat is filling with engine room fumes. It's quite dangerous to actually stay downstairs now, and it's coming into the pilot house, which is really quite bad.
In our passport, I kind of feel like I'm in the country legally now.
7:15, and we're in Cartagena, and we just got off the boat. The owner was not happy, but I have told him all along that I had a hard stop. I need to be back in Lefkes on Monday. We were doing him a favour, and so anyway, we've left the boat. He was supposed to be paying the flights back, he hasn't. He was supposed to be paying the pontoon for Driscoss, he hasn't. But we're just glad to get off the boat, to be quite frank. That was a crossing from hell. The water tanks had dirt in them and blocked. The toilets blocked. The engine was leaking fumes all over the boat, so there was literally fumes everywhere, including in the pilot house. And we were in 4-7, so that was just like, yeah, you couldn't have really planned it better than that, could you? So anyway, we're off. We're gonna see about getting flights back to Greece now, and but first call is a working toilet. So yeah. So he's got 2 chart plotters, but no charts for them, and he was relying on an iPad with Navionics, but every time the inverter's overheated, the iPad stopped charging, so that was running out of battery, and he hadn't paid for a subscription on Navionics, so it was a very basic chart, no buoyage, no nothing. So I've been relying on my subscription of Navionics to get us in, and he's in a full-blown row mode when I'm trying to actually navigate into Cartagena, which is quite a busy port, especially when you've not been here before. So I think it's been quite an achievement to actually get here, to be honest. Anyway, we're done, heading back home.